Hey, it's Joy. I've got big feelings about little things, and I want to talk about it. Oh yeah, I'm mad about it. And the fact that everyone else is not up in arms about it is a big part of the problem. Oh, I bawled my eyes out, like I always do. It was the sweetest thing. Oh, it was the cutest thing. It was the funniest thing. Thanks for being here. Let's go. Hey, how's it going? Are you having big feelings about little things this week? Because I am. My feelings this week are about my algorithm. It's being hurtfully accurate, if that is a thing. My ads are getting pretty targeted. They're getting a little ornery, as my mom would say. Now, my mom says stuff like that all the time. She's from West Texas, so even when I was growing up, I'd be like, what? I'm being what? Ornery. What does that mean? Even as a little kid, which, you learn language and you learn phrasing and you learn all the vocabulary from your parents usually because that's who you are around the most when you're a kid. But even as a little kid, sometimes I'd be like, I don't hear that word anywhere else. Like none of my teachers have ever said that word. I've never heard it on TV. What does it mean? How do you spell it? What are you saying? But I digress. Sorry. If your parents said weird things to you, email me. I want to know about it. That's probably a great rabbit trail that we can head down. Little things, big feelings pod, POD @gmail.com. Let me know what kind of interesting phrasing or vocabulary your parents used that you do not, or that sneaks up on you. That's the worst. See, that's the worst. Because that kind of stuff is really sneaking up into my brain and it's coming out of my mouth before I have the chance to even think about it and think, am I saying that? And my dad, he didn't use interesting words, but he uses a lot of phrases and what we would call now dad jokes. And I just like him, I repeat the same jokes over and over and over again. Turning into your parents is not a bad thing, but I think it's that you don't see it coming. You don't see it coming. And that's what's so scary. You don't sense that coming. I don't sense that coming up out of my gut and out of my mouth to just a coworker or a friend. And I'm suddenly like, did I just say, don't let them work you too hard? Did I just say that? Because that sounded like my dad. That sounded like my dad. And it was way deep down in my core. And it just blew out of my mouth without me even thinking about it. Okay. That is definitely a conversation we're going to have. Little things, big feelings pod @gmail.com. Please let me know. But I digress because my algorithms, my ads are getting ornery. That's for sure. So maybe a month ago, 6 weeks ago, some very, very just chill time. Well, I mean, I'm sure I was supposed to be being productive. I sometime when I needed to be productive, I should have been online learning how to invest and get ready to retire and organize my closet better. Instead, I was just scrolling Instagram. So I'm scrolling. This ad pops by with this kind of cute dress, kind of like a little flowy. It's not gonna touch you much, but it's cute and it's it's just a little something or other. Go to dinner or go run errands or whatever, a little cute thing. And I was like, oh, that's cute. Oh, that's cute. Scroll past it, and once you get an ad, you're gonna see that ad like 40 times. Just to make sure you saw it, make sure you didn't scroll by too fast, make sure, did you want to look at that dress a little closer? So probably, 10 times later, I click on it. I'm like, this is cute. It's got a cute little vibe. I like the dress. Let me see. And I live in Texas, so I'm always on the lookout for something light and flowy. I'm always looking for a summertime dress, even in the middle of November. I'm always on the lookout because it's hot here and I'm always looking. So I start scrolling through some of the options. I'm like, okay, I see you, little dress shop. I see you. You got some cute stuff. You got some cute stuff that I feel like I could just like throw into the closet, throw into the mix. And didn't buy anything, close it out. Now, once you click on that, you're really going to get some ads. You're going to get 90 ads for that place, and you're going to get 120 ads for ones just their little sister companies that are just like that. So, I'm clicking on a couple others, and I'm just checking it out. Not really needing to buy anything, just want to see what's available. And one of them, the description or the description at the top is like, clothes cut for the mature woman. And I was like, yeah, when you're a kid, that means one thing, but when you're my age, that word mature means something very different, right? That means something very different. That has nothing to do with how you act and your emotional intelligence and your ability to do certain things. That means that's a nice way of saying, hey, you're aging. You're aging over there. You're aging. And I am, and I'm grateful for it. Beats the alternative, as my dad would say. See, that comes up out of nowhere. Beats the alternative. But I also was like, wow, okay. So, yeah, Instagram is verbally, obviously acknowledging that I am an aging person. Okay, cool. Thanks. Appreciate you. And I know I'm aging. I know I'm honestly considering getting a hearing test. I think it's probably time. Even if I'm doing okay, it's probably like time to get a baseline, But is that fair that my algorithm is like, you know what? Pull some stuff for the mature women. Pull some stuff for the mature women. She'll like this. And then what do? I feed it because I liked it. And I clicked on it and thought about buying something from there. And they know. Somehow they don't even need you to click on it. That algorithm doesn't even need me to click on that. It's looking back from the phone into my eyes. And when they see that little glimmer like, ooh, a dress with a collar on it. Yes. They know that little glint they're like, they got you. We're on the mature side now. We're good. So they, keep sending me all these like very similar things. And because they're right. They're right. They got me. I get that. And then the time goes on, keep seeing the mature dress, the mature cut, I start to realize, every model on these ads for me have mostly gray hair. A lot of them with that short, cute, older lady haircut. A lot of them with, a lot of glasses on these models. It's not typical. You don't see a lot of glasses on a model. That's just not the thing. We don't want to have to light around the lenses and stuff. But my models, they have glasses. They're in the mature cut dress and they've got, they got their gray hair. They look great. But it's an interesting transition when you see it happening. So then the other night when I should have been in bed, I was in bed, when I should have been asleep, when I should have been going to sleep, I'm scrolling, and there's this ad with this young guy. He's young and excited and talking to me like, hey, what's up? Whoa. And the ad is for AARP. And okay, fine. That's been a joke for my friends for a long time. Like, we start laughing when we get the thing in the mail from AARP or we get an email from AARP or whatever. And, I'm not really that far away from the typical age that you would look into joining AARP. I think it's the Association for Advancement of Retired Persons or something like that. And I say something like that as if I don't really know. I do think that's correct. But so I was like, wow. I mean, we went from a mature cut dress to AARP pretty quick. Honestly, he hooked me. So I'm listening. It's like, guess what? You don't have to be 50. Actually, anybody over the age of 12 can be a member of AARP. And, here's all the cool stuff you get. And some of my friends and family are members of AARP, and they've told me some cool things they've learned from there. And they've shown me some cool discounts they've gotten. I mean, it's not so far out of the realm. Again, algorithm was right. Again, it was right. It's probably why I'm so mad, because it was right. So I'm just, it's whatever. 1:00 in the morning, I should be asleep. Why don't I just watch this whole video about the benefits of AARP? I got nothing else to do. I did ultimately go to sleep, thank goodness. And I ultimately have gotten a hold of myself. Anyway, if you want to go to a movie or something, let me know, because I have a bunch of discounts through AARP now. I just went ahead and signed it for 3 years because I got a discount. So if I pull up the app, just don't panic, and we'll see what kind of discounts we can get. Sound good? So I'm having a moment that I have kind of frequently now is I'm thinking, did I already get into the thing where I'm starting to sound like my dad all the time? Because it feels like deja vu that I was telling you that. And, I kind of just want to set the tone like that. I am at that spot in my life where I start to say something and I'm going to say, hey, I don't know if I've told you this before. It's starting to sound familiar. Does it sound familiar because my brain thought it already? Or does it sound familiar because I told you already? Or does it sound familiar because I told someone else and I can't remember to whom I said it? So if you wouldn't mind, if I start saying something, you're like, this, I know this one already. And I'm here. I want to be supportive. I'm here. I'm listening. But I don't really want to hear this again. It would be awesome if you would just be cool and click that little 30-second fast forward. Bloop, bloop. You do it twice. If I'm a minute in and I'm still going bloop, bloop, one more time. And what I believe that will do is not only be just kind to me and put kindness and grace out into the world, but I also truly believe that when your time comes, and it will, when your time comes, you can say, hey, I was cool to her. You be cool to me. Just ignore it. Just think about something else when I'm telling you the story, or just kindly be like, yeah, that's so funny. I remember when you told me that the first time. Don't say that. That sounded hushed. That sounded rough when it came out. But, just play on your phone or something. Bloop, bloop, 30 seconds. I would really appreciate it. And I do believe that will come back to you karmically, and that people will be kinder to you because we've put it out into the universe. You've made it a kinder world, and people can be like, oh, you know what? I hope I get to that point one day. I hope I'm able to get to the spot where have I told you this? I don't know. I have no idea. And also know I'm going to tell you more about me sounding like my dad. It's just part of it. Have a great week. Love you.
Thanks for listening to Little Things, Big Feelings with Joy Delaney. I'm James, the producer, editor, director, and executive producer. Follow Joy on socials at Joy Delaney Cox on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.
Honestly, forget TikTok. I don't even know how to use it anyway.
You don't know how to use it anyway.
James.
Follow Joy on socials at Joy Delaney Cox on Instagram and Facebook. See you next week.